You want to know what breaks her? Not your crying, not your pleading, not your long messages at 2 a.m. What breaks her is when you vanish, when you stop explaining yourself, when she wakes up and you're no longer checking, no longer chasing, no longer there, because silence isn't empty. It's full of everything she took for granted. Comment, she lost access if you're ready to become the man who never begs again. You were lied to, told to be vulnerable, told to communicate more, told that the more you gave, the more she'd love you. And now, you're sitting here broken, ghosted, ignored, wondering why your loyalty was punished. The world isn't built for nice guys. Modern dating is brutal, unforgiving, and full of masks. Men like you are being emotionally drained, used, and tossed aside. And most of us don't even realize the power we gave up. The truth? You were always the prize. You just forgot. And this video will remind you. Number 1, you were always the prize. You handed her the crown without even realizing it, and she wore it not with grace, but with entitlement, turning your loyalty into her leverage, feeding on your attention like it was owed, not earned. She never had to work for your time because you gave it freely, not knowing that what comes easy is rarely respected. And while you bent over backwards thinking love was about sacrifice, she watched from a pedestal you built under her feet with your own spine. You thought if you gave more, she'd stay. If you texted more, she'd love you deeper. If you showed up more, she'd choose you every time. But love doesn't grow in the soil of desperation. It rots there. And what she smelled was not need. It was your belief that you weren't enough unless she told you so. You begged without words, just with your availability, your instant replies, your sleepless nights wondering if she read your message and just didn't care enough to respond. You convinced yourself that maybe she's busy, maybe she's confused, maybe she's afraid. No, she saw the imbalance. She felt your desperation. And she backed off because people only value what they fear losing. And you made her feel like you'd never walk away, like no matter what she did, no matter how distant, cold, or disrespectful she became, you'd still be there. That's not love. That's surrender. That's handing over your crown to someone who never earned it, never asked for it, and ultimately threw it aside when she got bored of playing queen. You were always the prize, not because you had money or looks or status, but because you had loyalty, consistency, fire. But no one sees fire when it's always burning just for them. You have to let the flame pull back so they notice the cold. You have to become what you were before you met her, before you lost your edge chasing someone who never looked back. You don't become more valuable by giving more. You become more valuable by remembering that your worth isn't something to be proven. It's something to be realized. And once you realize it, the game changes. You stop explaining yourself. You stop waiting. You stop chasing. Because kings don't run after what walks away. They build. They rise. And they let the ones who couldn't see their worth fade into the fog of their past. You were always the prize. She just didn't treat you like it. And now, she doesn't get to. Number 2, pain is the pathway to power. The pain you feel isn't a punishment. It's the gateway, the revelation, the crack in the illusion she built. And every tear you've shed is a chapter in the story that ends with your rebirth. You weren't weak because you cared. You weren't soft because you believed in the promise of forever. But now you know better, because that pain, the one that grips your chest in the dark, the one that plays back memories like a loop you can't mute, is your transformation calling you. It's life itself ripping off the blindfold, tearing away the comfort so you're forced to see what's real. And what's real is this: she left, and she didn't just leave your life. She left you questioning your value, your reality, your worth. But that pain, that excruciating emptiness, is the tool that carves your next version. You either collapse beneath it, or you carve your edge with it. Most men numb themselves. They run into distractions, into the arms of another woman, into the glow of their phones, into the haze of substances that cloud the hurt but never kill it. But the men who rise, they do the opposite. They sit with it, they bleed with it, they listen to it. Because pain is information. It tells you what mattered too much, where you gave too much, and where you forgot who the hell you were. She didn't just break your heart. She exposed where you were still asleep. That pain is now the spark. And if you're brave enough to stop running and start facing it, it will build you. It will sharpen you. You'll learn that your worth was never defined by who stayed or left. You'll realize that you're not rebuilding to get her back. You're rebuilding so no woman ever holds that kind of power over you again. The pain is the invitation to rise, to evolve, to remember that you were never meant to stay broken. And if she saw your pain and walked away, then she doesn't deserve the man who rose from it. And if this truth has lit even a spark inside you, then imagine what an entire guide built on these principles could do for your life. The Stoic Relationship Blueprint isn't just a book, it's a weapon. It's everything they never wanted you to know about walking away, standing tall, and never chasing again. This isn't theory, this is survival. It shows you how to detach, how to rebuild, how to be the man who doesn't flinch when she pulls away. Once you have it, it's yours forever. You don't rent power, you own it. And this book will sit quietly on your phone, always ready, always waiting, always reminding you who you truly are. If you've ever stayed too long, begged too hard, or broken yourself to keep someone who wouldn't even text back, this is your answer. This is your beginning. Click the link in the comments and grab the weapon they never wanted you to have. Number 3. No contact equals maximum impact. She expected you to come running, expected the same chase you gave her every time she pulled away. But when you did nothing, when you chose peace over proving, it created a void she couldn't ignore, a void louder than any word you've ever spoken. She counted on your weakness, on your attachment, on the emotional leash she trained you to wear without you even noticing. And every time you reached out, every time you checked in, every time you asked if she was okay, she fed off that energy like it was oxygen. But the day you chose to disconnect, not just in action, but in thought, in presence, in focus, that's the day everything shifted. You see, she didn't miss you when you cried. She didn't miss you when you poured your heart out in long texts that she barely read. She missed you when she started wondering if someone else took your place, if someone else now had access to your heart, to your strength, to the time you used to give her like a gift she never valued. That's what no contact does. It cuts off the supply, not just of words, but of validation, of access, of attention. And in that space she starts to feel something she never associated with you. Loss, not of control, not of convenience, but of something she thought was permanent. And this isn't about revenge. This is about breaking a pattern that was killing your self-respect. It's about choosing yourself in a world that convinced you love means chasing the one who runs from you. But real love, healthy, honest love, doesn't require constant pursuit. It doesn't demand you sacrifice your dignity just to get a reply. So when you go quiet, when you stop trying, when you pull back not to punish but to protect, she feels it. In her scrolling, in her wondering, in her sudden need to check your page after weeks of ignoring your messages. She may not admit it, but she will feel it. Because the man who once chased now walks with purpose. And the absence she took for weakness becomes the moment she realizes she may have just lost someone irreplaceable. Number 4, stop texting, stop watching, stop caring. Every scroll through her feed, every late-night text you type and delete, every second spent wondering what she's thinking, is another drop of your power handed to someone who already decided you were replaceable. And yet, here you are, holding on to the fantasy version of her, the one who cared, the one who smiled, the one who made you feel like you were everything, while ignoring the reality. She chose distance. She saw your value and didn't honor it. She knew your heart and treated it like a safety net. And the longer you stare at her stories, the more you wait for that one message, the more you analyze her every online move, the more you chain yourself to a woman who's already walked out of the door in her mind. This isn't about being strong, it's about being free. Because you'll never find peace in a place you lost yourself. You'll never rebuild your confidence while you're still playing detective in her digital life. You have to cut the cord, not because you hate her, but because you finally love yourself enough to stop bleeding for someone who won't even give you clarity. And yes, it will hurt. It'll feel like detox, like your fingers are rebelling against your mind every time you stop yourself from typing one more message. But that discipline, that's the beginning of transformation. Because every moment you don't check, every time you let her wonder instead of feeding her ego, you get a little stronger. You come back to yourself. And eventually, the pull fades. The memories lose their grip. And you start to see her for who she really was. Not the highlight reel, but the reality. The woman who needed you to chase just so she could feel wanted. The woman who stayed connected just enough to keep you hanging. You deserve more, and you'll never get it while you're still watching, still waiting, still hoping. Log off, delete the thread, free up the space she never earned. Because the moment you stop giving her the audience, her act falls flat, and in the silence she left behind, something new grows. You, the man who doesn't just survive heartbreak, but rewrites the script entirely. Number 5. Flip the narrative. She starts chasing. When you stop feeding her attention, when you cut off the validation supply she relied on to keep herself emotionally inflated, her world doesn't just quiet down, it starts questioning itself, because you were the consistent rhythm she took for granted. And now that it's gone, the emptiness isn't just noticeable, it's deafening. She never respected what was always available, and the moment you remove yourself not with anger but with indifference, it creates a vacuum where her ego once thrived. She expected loyalty on demand, interest without effort, affection without reciprocation. But now that the faucet has been turned off, now that you're no longer the emotional backdrop to her life, the fear sets in. Not the fear of losing you, but the fear of losing what your attention gave her. Significance. She may act like she's fine, she might post more, laugh louder, show up looking better than ever. But every move is calculated to provoke your response, because the game changes when you stop playing by her rules and rewrite them without even announcing it, when you stop proving your worth and simply live like you already know it, and she can feel that shift before you even say a word. It shows up in your lack of reaction, your focus on your own lane, the absence of energy that once orbited her unpredictability like gravity. And as days go by and the silence lingers, it does something she didn't anticipate. It makes her doubt herself. She'll wonder if someone new captured your attention, if you finally saw through the emotional games, if you stopped seeing her as the finish line and started seeing her as just another checkpoint along the way. And in that wondering, a fire ignites that she never felt when you were chasing her. Because now you're the one she has to figure out. The mystery she once thought she solved. And women don't chase when they're in control. They chase when control slips through their fingers. This isn't manipulation. This is restoration. Because the man who spent months begging for consistency now walks with conviction. And when she sees that you're not just pretending to move on, but are actually becoming someone better without her, it rattles her. Because the attention she got from you for free is now something she has to work for. And most aren't willing to admit that what they lost was better than what they thought they deserved. But when you flip the narrative, she starts to see it clearly, because value doesn't need to announce itself. It just stops showing up, and suddenly, what was once overlooked becomes unforgettable. Number 6. You become dangerous when you're emotionally in control. True power isn't in how loud you get or how much you chase, but in how little you react, in the way you carry calm like armor while everything around you tries to provoke the old you to show up. And when you don't take the bait, that's when you truly own the moment. She expected the meltdown, the outburst, the emotional confession, because that's what she's used to. Men folding under the weight of withdrawal, collapsing when their worth is questioned. And the moment you stop playing that role, the script breaks. She doesn't know what to do with a man who doesn't flinch, who doesn't chase, who doesn't validate her every cold move with a desperate attempt to win her back. And that confuses her, scares her even, because emotional predictability was her currency, and you just stopped trading. But this isn't about her anymore. It's about you, about mastering the urge to explain yourself, the instinct to clarify, to beg, to unpack your worth like it's some discounted gift waiting for her to unwrap. When you stay composed, when you don't explain your absence, when you no longer give emotional discounts to someone who paid nothing to earn it, you transform. You become the man who leads, not with words, but with weight. And that weight, of control, of restraint, of discipline, is felt in every room you walk into, in every message you don't send, in every argument you don't engage in. You were trained to believe that feelings make you weak, but feelings managed well make you unshakable, not cold, clear, not detached, disciplined. The world doesn't know what to do with a man who owns his energy, and neither does she, because she was counting on you being reactive, on you crumbling when she withheld attention. But now she's met a version of you that doesn't seek her approval, because he's too busy building something bigger than validation. Peace. The kind that can't be taken, only chosen. And when you arrive at that place, you stop apologizing for your distance. You stop explaining your healing. You stop giving the old you a seat at the table when your evolution demands a better guest list. And that's what makes you dangerous, not in the way the world fears, but in the way it remembers. Because when you master yourself, no one can master you. Number 7. Rebuild the man who doesn't need her. You don't rebuild for her. You rebuild for every part of you that was ignored, overlooked, or dismantled trying to love someone who treated your devotion like convenience. Because the truth is, the man who rises from this isn't driven by revenge, but by remembering who he was before the world taught him to shrink, to fit her comfort. You rebuild not to make her jealous, but because you're tired of being small to make someone else feel big. You're tired of tiptoeing around your own truth, just to avoid rocking the illusion of a bond that only you were trying to hold together. You rebuild because you finally understand that no one is coming to save you. That closure isn't a conversation, it's a decision. And healing isn't something you wait to feel. It's something you build with your own 2 hands every morning you wake up and choose not to go back to what broke you. You go to the gym not to be noticed, but because every rep is a vote for your return. You read not to impress, but to strengthen your ability to think clearly when chaos knocks. You build routines not to distract yourself from her, but to anchor yourself so deeply in your own power that the thought of chasing someone who once discarded you feels absurd. You rebuild because the version of you that allowed half-love is no longer welcome in the life you're creating, because that man, the one who stayed too long, tolerated too much, apologized for existing, he served his purpose, but he's not invited into your future. You rebuild because life didn't break you to bury you. It cracked you open to reveal that you were living too small, too quiet, too afraid of losing someone who never feared losing you. And now that you know that, you can't go back. You don't need her closure, her explanation, her sudden epiphany that maybe you were worth it all along. You need action, your discipline, your silence. You need to build habits so ingrained that even if she texted right now, even if she cried, even if she begged, it wouldn't matter, because your path isn't behind you anymore, it's straight ahead. You rebuild not to prove anything to the world, but because your peace, your purpose, and your pride are worth protecting. And when you rebuild from this place, something changes in your energy, in your eyes, in your posture. You stop hoping she'll notice. You start realizing she doesn't matter, because the man you're becoming doesn't ask to be seen. He's undeniable. He doesn't seek validation. He creates impact. He doesn't wait to be chosen. He walks in as the choice. And that version of you, he's not just healing, he's unrecognizable. If something in your soul finally woke up while hearing this, then don't go back to sleep. Don't return to the woman who made you question your worth. Don't sit around waiting for the apology that's never coming. It's time to build a version of you that no woman ever forgets, and no situation ever breaks. And if you've had enough of sacrificing your peace for people who never earned your presence, then you already know what to do. The Stoic Relationship Blueprint ebook is now available, built for men who are done begging, done chasing, done bleeding for women who only came to take. It's raw, it's unfiltered, and it's exactly what most of you were never taught. It's in the comments. Go get it now, because what's inside will save you years of heartbreak, self-doubt, and wasted energy. This is your moment to finally understand how women really think, how to reclaim your power, and how to become the kind of man that's remembered, not used. Like the video, subscribe to make sure more men hear this truth, and comment, "I choose strength," if you're ready to reclaim your life before it's too late.